Is your current home safe? What are the medical signs that you might need to make a move? Here's CABOT Ray and the founder and CEO of DownSize LLC, Kathy Chiero.
So outside of the three-story spiral staircase, what are some other changes we need to look into housing from a medical standpoint as we get older?
As you get older, first of all, you need to know the red flags of when you should start looking at downsizing, because really we're not good at it ourselves. Usually your first red flag is your kids are saying things, or people around you are saying things like, Mom and Dad, do you really still need this big house? Or are they reminding you to take your medications? Are you on medications that you solely have to remember taking? Have you had accidents? Have you had near misses where you slipped down some stairs? Or frankly, forgetfulness, leaving a burner on a stove where you note to yourself, oh gosh, I've never done that before. Those are all natural parts of aging that should be red flags to us that the home we're living in is no longer safe for us. And it should be a marker for us to begin looking at that downsizing decision.
Things like you don't want to admit to needing a rail in a bathtub by a shower, but the bathroom is one of those areas where a lot of accidents happen, and you should be aware of that. Bathrooms,
kitchens, stairs, all of those things, when they get to the point that you either cannot use them anymore because of your mobility issues or safety issues, that, of course, my hope is, CABOT, is that we have made those decisions before getting to this point. But if you are listening to me and saying, yeah, I'm afraid to even take a bath anymore because I'm afraid of getting in and out, or I'm afraid to even cook on the stove because, you know, last time I did that, I forgot something in the oven and almost started a fire. Or medications are are you going to your doctor and not really staying on a medication schedule? Those are the kinds of things that say, I really shouldn't be living alone, and where should I go now? What should I be doing so that maybe I am not solely responsible for these kinds of things?
Can these things be addressed without moving?
Yes. In fact, DownSize Columbus has one of our partners is what we call an aging in place specialist, where they will come in and they'll look at your home and they will assess it to equip it for those kinds of things. They will put the safety bars in the bathrooms. They will move the laundry room upstairs so you don't have to go downstairs. There's things you can do to your home by making it age accessible. As a realtor, I can help you assess what will that do to the value of your home. Are there better ways to do it so that your home is still resaleable? We've all seen the homes with the wheelchair ramp out front. Well, those are becoming more and more functional so they can be removed for the next homeowner who doesn't need it. Things like that. But yes, aging in place is a possibility on some homes, not all homes. Older homes, if the home was built in the 1930s, 1940s, very difficult to make that kind of home age accessible.
So homes that are medically safer as we get older, what's available to us? What's available to me as I look down the road?
Well, we are still in our infancy of what we call universal design. Universal design is a new way of architecture and building that says, look, Americans should not have to leave their homes. We should build homes so that you can age in place and they can be accessible to anyone. Or if I have someone, a friend, a family member who is in a wheelchair, is my home the type home where it is accessible to them? So builders are more and more getting on that bandwagon and joining that. But until then, what you should look for in the home you're moving to is obviously a minimum of steps. And that doesn't just mean just a ranch. That means steps into the home, from the garage, from the front door, a minimum of steps, wider doors so that they can accommodate a walker, or they can eventually accommodate a wheelchair. Zero threshold showers where you can get in and out of a shower without having to step. Absolutely. So those kinds of things. Light switches that you don't have to grasp with your hands. We have what we call rocker switches, which just by the touch will turn on a light. Things like that you
What
should
about
be
like
looking
outlets,
for.
electrical outlets? Because it seems like you're reaching so far sometimes to plug in.
Absolutely.
And that gets a little tougher.
It's a very good point. Sounds like you've done that before.
Yes. It's like, oh man, where's this plug?
Your back just doesn't bend the way it used to, does it? That's part of universal design, is raising those outlets so that they are more accessible without building over.
Good
and
idea.
frankly, things like dishwashers no longer being down on the ground but raised up a foot or so, so that you don't have to bend over to do those sort of things. So no, you don't have to rebuild your entire home, but there are some features when you're looking at homes you should keep in mind so that you're not having to move again after this last move.
I have noticed in recent years some really wonderful, what look like communities that are building up that literally begin as condos, but then connected to facilities that as you age, this could in fact be the last move you need to make.
Absolutely, CABOT. We call them continuous care facilities. And what they are stair-step facilities where you can come in when you're still mobile, you're still able to do a lot on your own. You want maybe medical help close by if you have a need, but you're pretty much on your own. You can live on your own. But what these communities are set up to do is to age with you. As you have greater medical needs, they can bring somebody in to check on you on a daily basis, or eventually you will move into the medical wing of those facilities where you have 24-hour care. So part of DownSize Columbus is exposing and introducing our guests to many of those local continuous care communities that are there to help them medically as they transition into downsizing.
Are you preparing to downsize? Visit our website at www.downsizecolumbus.com or call 614-944-5999 to register for our next seminar. That's downsizecolumbus.com.